My name is Autumn Schmidt, and in this video, we're going to talk about why you know exactly what you need to do, but you can't make yourself do it. Let's dive right in. You know exactly what you need to be doing. Let's say you own a business. You know you need to be posting, you need to be reaching out and following up with leads, right? Let's say you are in a company and you know you want promotion and you know exactly what you need to do, but you can't make yourself do it. And you're wondering why. Okay, I'm going to say some things that, might be a little unconventional. You might not have heard before, but here's some truths. I'd be asking yourself, what part of you actually doesn't want the thing you think that you want? In society, we get really indoctrinated to think that we should have different desires, that we should want to move up the ladder, that we should want to make $1 million, that we should be a certain person. And society, and not only does society want that, social media perpetuates it. In fact, I have to tell you something. I was just, what was it? I was watching a reel or a video, and it was talking about the increase of divorce in the United States, in the increase of women filing for divorce in the United States. And it's because what they're seeing glimpses of online, and they're seeing these men. Obviously the women who are posting these are like showing a beautiful moment, some really beautiful times within like their relationship. And because women are feeling like this is how my life should look and it's not looking that way, they are filing for divorce. Now, my opinion could go either way. We could really deep dive either way. I'm not making anybody wrong. But what I am saying is I do think that social media has a really great way of influencing us. We know that. I know that I might see, like, I've been influenced. You guys, do you know the brand Halara? My hair is having a moment. You know the brand Halara? And so I'm wearing their leggings right now. And I have 5 pair of their leggings and 4 pairs of their shorts. and actually a 5th pair of shorts because I also have their biker shorts. Now I never would have known about that brand if it wasn't for the influence I have on social media. Now I actually like that brand because I like what it does to my body. I love their leggings. Very happy with that. But I was influenced to buy them. Okay. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because there comes a point when we aren't actually doing the things that we ourselves, our souls, our heart's desire. We're not actually doing those things. What we're doing is we're doing things that we think we should be doing. We are doing things that we feel like we should be doing. My clients know that if they should themselves to death, then they are not going to be as successful, as happy, as fulfilled as they could be, because they are shoulding themselves. They have themselves in a should, which is an obligation. You feel obligated. I feel like I should have this amount of money. I should have this kind of life. I should. So the reason why you're not able to the reason why you're not able to do the things that you know you need to do is because there's a part, this doesn't mean all of you, but there's definitely a part inside of you that doesn't want what you think that you want. That's the truth. This is hard because I understand this can be in relationships, this can be in weight loss, this could be in health, this could be the job, this could be the career, like this could be in so many areas. And the key is that you have got to come and reflect on the inside, and you have got to ask yourself some really tough questions. Do I actually want what I say that I want, what I tell everybody that I want, what I have myself convinced that I want? Do I actually want these things? Or do I want these things because I think that I should have them? Because I think that I will fit in and that other people will like me and that I will finally belong. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm just going to tell you something. We don't belong with other people. We belong with ourselves first. You belong with yourself first, and you should take it from me. I've spent a lot of my life, trying to belong, trying to fit in with other people, trying to get other people to like me. And all of that was because I just didn't feel good about myself. And I didn't feel like I belonged anywhere. I tried really hard, tried to belong with like cheerleaders. I cheered for a while. I did field hockey for a while. I played basketball. I did love basketball. As you know, or you may or may not know, I was in the martial arts since I've been 5 years old. So I was 22 years within the martial arts. There's all different kind of things. You can be a boxer, you can kickbox, you can be in jiu-jitsu, you can be Muay Thai kickboxing. I think I said that. You can do sport karate. There was you could do weapons. Like there was just a lot of different things that you could do within there. And I still always found myself having a really hard time belonging. And that was because I didn't belong with myself. And why is that important? Because if you don't belong with yourself, then you don't really know who you are, and you're trying to get other people to like you all the time. And if you're trying to get people to like you all the time, then you're completely disconnected from yourself because you're not actually being who you actually are. You're being a version of yourself. Okay, you're being a version of yourself that you're trying to get other people to like you. You're trying to get other people to like you with this version of yourself. And at the end of the day, you are not going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel like you have to be a certain person. This is where the should comes in. You should act like this. You should not do this. You should say this. You should not say this. And then what happens is you start making this a habit. Once we make these things a habit, once we do things, once we start making things a habit, this really is where it tends to impact our lives. And I wouldn't say for the better. Okay. If you make a habit of believing in yourself and you make a habit of positive self-talk and knowing exactly who you are and, not people pleasing and not doubting yourself, then hell yeah, I love that habit. But if you're making a habit of trying to fit in and trying to belong and trying to be a certain person, if you're making that a habit, you're of course not going to be able to get yourself to do different things because you're not actually that person. And you don't actually like that version of yourself. And you don't actually want the outcome that you think that you want. You just say that you want it because maybe it's cool. Maybe people around you want it. Maybe because it's cool online. I know for a really long time in my entrepreneurial journey, I really thought, do we like the poofy hair or not? I mean, hello. I really thought my life needed to look a certain way. I did. And it was because I was comparing myself to all of these other people online. I mean, like my business had to look a certain way. My website had to look a certain way. I had to come up and show, and I had to be a certain way. And then I got so bored. Like, oh my God, I am not perfect. I am so flawed. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. I'm wearing 2 pieces of makeup right now. As you could tell, my hair, this is all natural hair. It is poofy. It is big. It is crazy. It is not I'm just who I am. I just show up when I have something to say. It is not curated. If you look here, I just have the topic. Like I literally just have the topic of what I'm going to talk about. I don't even have any notes. Like this is just who I am because I decided that I'm not going to try to be anybody else. And so if you're like, okay, why Autumn, thanks. Great. This is wonderful. But why can't I make my decisions? Because you aren't trusting yourself, and you're not trusting yourself because you're not listening to yourself. Because if you were listening to yourself, there's a part of you that doesn't actually want the thing that you think that you want. And so your job is to actually go within, and your job is to ask yourself some really deep questions. How do you receive the things that you want? Like, okay, let's go back. Who do you actually want to be? Great general question. Write that down. Where am I being that person? And where am I not being that person? Okay. What do I actually want? What do I say that I want? but I don't actually want it. There's a part of you that actually doesn't want it. And it might not be all of you. And it could be like there's a part of you that doesn't feel like it's safe to have whatever it is that you want. There's a part of you that might not feel good enough because it doesn't feel safe, because you've been told since you were little, money is bad. Money is the root of all evil. I'm just using this as a scenario. And so you don't want to have money. You find yourself self-sabotaging, doing this. You know exactly what to do, what you need to do to go make this more money. But there's a part of you that has been told since you've been little, money's the root of all evil, and you don't want to be evil. And so you get to this point, and then you stop yourself. You know exactly what you need to do, but the part of you actually doesn't really want the money. And I'm going to tell you something else. We don't all actually want money. Money is just literally a piece of paper that we give a bunch of meaning to. What we want is the payoff. We want the payoff that the money brings. For an example, freedom. A lot of us want to be able to have freedom of choice. We want to be able to do what we want, when we want, how we want to do it. That's what we're looking for. So a lot of us, that's what we're looking for. All right. What happens is that there's parts of us that don't feel safe doing that. We have bought into other people's belief systems, especially when we were young. We have very limiting beliefs, and it keeps us in a box. And so if you find yourself in this position, you know that you need to make these decisions. You know you have things that you need to do, but you're not doing them. I want you to ask yourself these questions, because this is probably going to reveal to you some really deep things. All right? Share this with somebody who you know who might need this. You can hang out with me on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. You can find me all under The Autumn Schmidt. If you enjoy these trainings, you should join us every single month. We do a live challenge, okay? Live challenge. We are doing the Be the Asset Challenge. Don't want to miss this. You want to go down in the show notes, check it out. It's going to be starting soon. It's a live training. You can Q&A. You're going to be able to experience transformation like you've never had it before. And I would love to see you there. Okay, I'll see you next time.